Hey, how y'all? Happy Sunday. Y'all remember when we were young and we used to ride around with our foot hanging out the window? Did y'all do that? I did that. I mean, to be honest, I probably still would if I wasn't driving. Just because on a long car ride, I do like to prop my feet up. However, I am to the age that I think of all the consequences now. Apparently, that happens when you age. You start to think of the consequences of, boy, if I got in a wreck and my feet were up at this window, or if I had one foot hanging out one window and the other foot on the dash, that's really gonna hurt, you know? That's gonna split some things apart that don't need to be split. Well, my point of telling you this is the person in the car in front of me she's driving and has one foot hanging out the window. And I was like, yep, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt if you get, God forbid, you get into a wreck. Please put your foot back in the car, okay? But when I rode to West Virginia with Kim, we were in a big moving truck, and I did ride most of the way with both of my feet on the dash, because sitting in that seat, it's not comfortable at all. And, you know, back pain. So yeah, I did ride with my feet up on the dash, but I no longer ride with one hanging out the window. Although I think I still could. Y'all want to see if I still can? I probably can't. I don't know, can I? No, I don't bend like that anymore. I mean, I might could if I put the seat back, but then if I put the seat back, I can't touch the brake. And I'm on the brake. I'm at Zaxby's. I'm getting me some French fries, okay? Worry about yourself. I felt the need for some French fries, okay? That's another thing that could go along with my steak for my last meal. I do love me some Frenchy fries. So, yeah, I just want to tell you all about that and ask if you used to do it. Do you still do it? Hold on. Okay, today's all about age. I was today years old when I learned that there are two different measuring cups, measuring devices for dry foods and wet foods. I saw it in the comments on a video. You know, they didn't say, hey, great job, glad you did that, glad you had fun doing it, that was awesome. No, they said, you're using the wrong measuring cup, that's made for wet foods. And I was like, what? I mean, granted, I have a Pampered Chef measuring cup that you turn it one way and it's for dry, and you turn it the other way and it's for wet. But I didn't know they were different. I just thought that maybe, you know, if you had used it for water on one side, then you could flip it over and use it for the dry, and that way the dry wouldn't stick. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they were actual two different measurements. I don't know what to think about this, but I will say I have been cooking and baking and making candy and all the things for a very long time. Used to even make bread. You know, I made the yeast bread, and me and my mother got so sick eating that because it was so darn good. But yeah, I had no idea there were two different ways to measure wet foods and dry foods. What? Okay, so I saw this recipe. I almost said receipt. I saw this recipe the other day where you take one apple and, you know, core it or not. I mean, you core it, but peel it or not, that's up to you. And you put it in like a food processor, and you get it all liquid. Now, would you measure that in a wet food? I guess because it's probably wet at that point. Anyway, you take one apple to 1 tablespoon of cocoa to 1 egg, and you blend it up, and you put it in a ramekin, and then you bake it. I forgot for how long. I forgot, 25 minutes, I think it said. And then you take it out, and it's a little chocolate cake. Now, I think the only thing to make that better would be to sprinkle the top with a little powdered sugar, maybe. But the person who made it, her page is known for her inability to cook. So she did not level a tablespoon of the cocoa, like the Hershey's cocoa. She put like heaping tablespoons. I'm talking heaping tablespoons of cocoa. Because in her mind, the more cocoa, the more chocolatier it would be. No, cocoa's bitter. So her cakes were not sweet. But I think if you did it correctly, maybe use like a Fuji apple, whatever. A Fuji apple with an egg. Hold on. Sorry, children went rolling by my window and showed up at my door. And I said, no. No. And they were like, what? We just wanted to ask a question. I said, what's the question? Can we go to the candy store? I said, no. I'm so mean. No, I'm not. Anyway, so back to the recipe. I think if you did it right, an apple, an egg, and cocoa, and cooked it, which you could probably use applesauce as well, but I don't know the measurement for applesauce. All I know is she used 1 apple. I'm sure I could find it online to, decipher how much applesauce equals 1 apple, but I'd just rather use a fresh apple. But that would be a good snack, wouldn't it? I mean, like if you wanted a dessert. Also, I bet you could throw in some like chocolate chips or something. That might be pretty good, wouldn't it? But yeah, I was today years old when I learned there's a difference between dry. I guess it's not called wet. I guess it's called liquid. But whatever, either way, y'all know what I'm talking about. Goodness. I'm just perplexed now because I'm like, okay, when I measured the powdered sugar for the icing, I guess I'm putting too much because I'm using a glass because she was saying the liquid goes in the glass and the dry goes in the plastic. What? I mean, I don't have a plastic one. I don't buy plastic ones. I like the glass ones. I mean, my Pampered Chef is plastic, but it does liquid and powder. I'm so confused on everything in life, Anyway, are y'all excited about some football tonight? I'm not. I could care less. But Kansas City plays somebody, Eagles, and the Chiefs play the Eagles. I know that. And Kansas City's probably going to win. Just because. I really don't know that to be true, but probably. Because it seems like they always win, don't they? I mean, don't we always have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Super Bowl? So, it's kind of getting like, no, yeah, Kansas City won again. I don't know anything about football, so I could be wrong on that too. And I don't really care to know, so there's that. But, yeah, anyway, I just had to run some errands today and, do some things. And now I'm back home and I need to take Penelope for a walk, although she just ate a treat and she's napping right now. So I may wait a little bit on that. But Gracie is sound asleep and all is well. Oh, by the way, okay, so I'm not of the age that when I hit my hand on something that it immediately turns purple. I don't know when that starts, but I'm not there yet. However, okay, so I don't bruise easily at all. But, I got my hand stuck in something this morning, and I had to kind of bang it around to get it out. And y'all can't tell, but there's a little wallop right there. But I might actually, yeah, I might actually get a bruise. Now, I did just put on lotion. Put the lotions on the skin or else you get the hose again. I did just put on lotion, so they're very slick looking. But that does look like a nice bruise beginning to start, even though the wallop place, y'all can't see, but there's a wallop. But yeah, it's here. Here. And the bruise is there. That's sore. I don't know. It's a transferal of a wallop. I just made that up. That probably doesn't happen. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all my hand. Can you kiss it and make it better? All those freckles. A friend of mine's aunt went to the doctor. Where'd you go? A friend of mine's aunt went to the doctor, and she asked the doctor what she could do about all the liver spots on her hands. And he said, "Do you have any on your butt?" And she was like, "What?" And he said, "Do you have any on your butt?" And she said, "No." And he said, "Then they're not liver spots, they're freckles. And stay out of the sun." So I guess mine are freckles, because I don't have any on my butt, but I do have a bruise. So there's that. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'm rambling at this point, so y'all have a great rest of your day. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon, because people be crazy. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Toodles.